that's it. That's a brief review of what happened yesterday night. And we hope to have the same energy, the same performances, and the same excitement tonight because I can't imagine having watched the game last night, especially the first half, to come into this night and watch a boarding game with the kind of players they have, the quality they have. So I'm looking forward to this. So tonight is Man City away at Paris Saint-Germain, the first leg of the Champions League, and it's an interesting match. Billionaire teams, uh oil-made teams.
Arab.
Arab money, teams made by the Arab money. So it's an interesting one. And I would like to share the lineups so that we take it from there and discuss how we can see how what do we think about the lineups, where do we see the threats, and what's the managers thoughts behind the lineups, and what do we expect of this, especially first half. Then we can take it from there. So these are the lineups. PSG, I think they're happy Florence is back. I think that is a plus for them. And then Man City still playing without a number 9, but John Stones comes back after Laporte played very well last game in the final. So I'll welcome your thoughts on these lineups. I will take it further. So where do I start? Remy, of course.
Okay. So for me, kindly scroll to Man City's lineup. Actually, I was keen to see if Pep would have started Laporte at the back, because of course Diaz and Stones have had a beautiful partnership, yeah, in the recent games. But I think when you look at the few last matches, Stones has been making some errors, and based on form, if that at all qualifies as form, I thought Laporte should have started this game. He's a big player and all that. But anyway, it's the manager's decision. But based on this, based on this again, I think Verratti starting in midfield alongside Paredes and Gueye. I think PSG want to at least match up the play that Man City will take to them, because we know, of course, Man City will have the ball and will be looking to attack. But I still feel the three players, of course, we know them. They are very fast and they'll be a big threat to Man City. I'm not quite sure if Man City lacking a natural striker will be a concern today, because they are coming up against two very good players who can score, and also another one also who is a good scorer. So I'm keen to see how this one goes, but it's two evenly matched sides with a lot of quality, and who won this competition so much. So yeah, I think it will be a very interesting tie. But Man City will kind of have most of the ball, and PSG will look to play on the break a bit fast. And I think when you have players like Di Maria, Mbappe, and Neymar, they can cause problems for your backline, whichever kind of backline you have. Yeah. So they'll still be a threat to Man City, a very big one. So and also, according to the way this Man City team has been playing, if you watch them, if PSG can just be organized defensively, they stand a chance in this game.
Yeah, quite insightful, and I'll agree with the majority of it. I'll give my comment at the end. So probably I'll welcome Odezima to give his comments. What do you think about the lineups? Where do you see the threats? And the tactics.
First of all, we all know who Pochettino is. We are familiar with him. We all know it's not the first time that he's playing against Pep. And something actually I've noticed from, how Paris Saint-Germain set up their team since, he took over. You look at PSG as a team in general to how Tuchel played. You understand? If you look at the winning rate between when Tuchel was there and when Pochettino took over, you can see there's a high percentage when Pochettino came, and obviously tactics differ and they vary. So my point here is, we all know how City play. We watch them week by week. If you sit back and say, I will sit back and wait City to, have the ball around, they will absolutely finish you. They will destroy you. Understand? So my point here is, if PSG could look at their home advantage and say we're going all in, and we know how we will set up as a team, that means dropping back together and at the same time counter pressing. You understand? When they have the ball, who's going to press at a certain position? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? You understand? So it's all about formation and, who's going to play where and when. You understand? So I'm going to look at a keen position, actually, where your arrow is. Marco Verratti. He has been a key player to PSG for a long, long time. I would say more of a soldier. Um, Verratti, if you look at when Verratti played under Tuchel and when Verratti is playing under Pochettino, that's an interesting fact. You understand?
Yeah.
It's more like what Dele Alli used to do with Kane and Son. So Verratti has the freedom to roam around that pitch, to do whatever he wants, to set up both Di Maria and Neymar, and we all know Mbappe is going to make the runs. You understand? So if you look at Verratti, he knows behind him he has two central defensive midfielders. I will say Paredes is a box-to-box midfielder, yes. But if you look at what Verratti does on the pitch, against Barcelona, what he did, you will see that Verratti has improved as a center attacking midfielder. And if you look at how many chances they have created as a team, and another option being Neymar dropping in with Verratti and them trying to conquer in between the lines of different teams. You understand? And if you kindly could scroll a bit down, you can see how City have set up their team. You can see with Gundogan and Rodri being the only cover to what do you call support City's defense team, and
Yeah.
that's actually a key point because they have an advantage already. Neymar has been dropping back to give a chance to the runs being made by Di Maria and Mbappe, and actually, not to forget, if you could look back how Tottenham defeated City against, in the Champions League, in the quarterfinal Champions League, you could see also it's not just the runs being made by the midfielders or the wingers. You could see there is a high chance of the fullbacks making runs and giving them a chance to win the game. So let us hope for a game which will have, us to sit back and, a popcorn filled up to our seats, and let us enjoy the game.
Yes.
And that's my thought. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Kama Roroa.
Yeah, yeah. So according to me, it's simple. I don't have this much uh, knowledge about positional or something. Just basic football. Man City will hold the ball. Yes, 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 right?
Yeah.
PSG use
Kama songa karibu na mic.
pole. PSG's use counters. Okay. So as in, if you check, they have put Kimpembe, Marquinhos, and Gue, Idrissa and Nini, Paredes, hapo Nini. Then this Nini, the fullback, Nini, whatever, ataweza ku make runs to the inside, saidia huko kwa attack. So I'm just seeing a simple game of Man City hold the ball, wakipoteza ni hit and run, na ni wakimbize mpira huko mbele na watafuta venye watafunga. Mimi naona tu itakuwa hivyo. Possess, hit and run. Possess, hit and run. Itakuwa ka Bayern Munich first leg. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay. Dennis, welcome. Do you have anything to say about the lineups and what do you think will be? I've seen you've already said you using predictive analytics. You know PSG is going to win, so probably give us a comment.
Okay, a pleasure meeting you guys. So, based on data, historical data, which might not be as precise, so to say, and based on the recent games that these guys have had and the current formation, I'm more inclined to say that there's a higher probability PSG might carry the day. I'm not so good. I can't say if I'll look at the lineup na nikwambie this is that. Remy knows better anyway. But based on everything cumulatively and even the law of large numbers, based on the recent history of how these guys are played against the other competitors, I think there's quite a likelihood PSG might carry the day. But I don't want to say with a lot of precision that it will be 2-0, 1-0, 3-0. No, I don't want to risk to give anything that might be inaccurate. But I want to see what will come out of it all. But given that I've joined this discussion, in the near future, I'll make it more precise so that I invest more time to understand that analytics and do some math on it and see whether it works. Because you look at more dynamics, it's more than just the formation. It also draws down to who is the coach, how does he govern his boys, and then who is in the field, who is not, and so on and so forth. And even behavioral, it goes beyond. There's the energy of the mind too. It also matters a lot at that particular point when PSG are playing with Man City. What are the dynamics? It really matters a lot actually, and it's something we can't ignore. But as for me, I would say maybe PSG is likely to carry the day, with a lot of reservations as well. That's why I've said it could be it could be quite erroneous, given that I've not looked at all factors. I've just looked at a few factors, which is an aspect of bias too. But let's see how it goes. That's my opinion.
Okay, man. Thank you for your input. You see, now we are moving to another level. You see, bringing in professionals with the analytics, giving their opinion. As much as we can talk from our football knowledge, we have backup staff for us to back up our claims. You understand? And Kebogo, thank you so much. Your input is highly welcome, and thank you for your comments.
Welcome.
Yeah, so for me, from what I can say is, I think looking at the lineups, I have a few reservations, especially about how PSG is going to defend off the ball, because basically Neymar is not that player. Mbappe is not. So those are the people who will stay up. So I'm so interested to see if Verratti will be shifting to the left when they are trying to defend into a 4-4-1-1 formation, like they did against Bayern, where it was Draxler and Di Maria plus the two midfielders to form a 4. Then now Neymar, then Mbappe as the lonely attackers who are now providing avenues for the counter-attack. So I'm really interested to see if Verratti will play that role, because Neymar cannot track back, that's for sure. And they're not going to have most of the ball in this game. So I'm really interested to see. Then another bit is I think them having Florenzi back is a plus, because in terms of attack, Florenzi his output is quite good. So I'm expecting him to contribute more than when they are playing with Dagba, and that's a plus for PSG. Looking at Man City also, I think this won't be the formation from what I know. I think maybe these people made a mistake, but I think it will be a 4-3-3 with the De Bruyne as a false nine, more or less. Then there'll be like two false nines, like De Bruyne and Silva will be rotating around those positions. De Bruyne comes back, Silva goes into that zone, or Silva comes back, De Bruyne goes to that zone, but the rest will remain the same regardless. And I'm also interested to see, because I think this player maybe we've not talked about, or nobody has said about it, but I think Cancelo will have a say, given his tendency to run into the midfield and cause havoc. He's a very good creative fullback when he's in the midfield area. So I think probably he'll sit back more because of the the threat that PSG poses on the counter. But I'm really interested to see what Cancelo will do in this game, because it might be very, very important. In these big games, I'm sure everybody's looking, even I think Pochettino will be looking at De Bruyne and how he can deal with him, and also looking at how he can deal with Mahrez and Foden, I think, because Foden has been on our top form. So it's just in that in a type of match where somebody like Cancelo can step up, because he's been doing so and cause some havoc to PSG. So I'm also interested to see what happens actually. But I think PSG will win this tie. I'm not this game. I'm not so sure they'll win the tie, but I think they'll win this game.